So starting the test drive in this Murano, even in eco mode, pickup is pretty impressive. But you do have that variable compression turbocharged 4-cylinder. You get the 241 horsepower, 260 pound-feet of torque. Something tells me this is gonna get up pretty nicely. Again, even in eco mode, I can just feel the pull. And I like how Nissan is kind of, at least right off the bat, feels like they've done work on the eco mode. It doesn't feel like it doesn't feel super weird. I said this in the walk around version, but I used to have a QX50, and when I'd put that thing in the eco mode, I almost felt like the car was about to break down. It would just kind of like lunge. It was a weird feel. But love having the traditional 9-speed automatic here. And part of me just feels like the CVT might have been cheaper to make. Obviously the reliability was based on the maintenance, but I feel a lot of people just prefer a 9-speed automatic, especially a lot of Nissan buyers. That's why you see that in the Nissan Titan. It's just a very good transmission in a lot of these vehicles. I meant to say Frontier, not the Titan, but it's in a lot of vehicles, so it might be in the Titan too, but that's what I meant to say. Now here in the eco mode, having the 9 speeds does make it easier to get to that sweet spot, in my opinion, in where you're keeping the revs low, you're being efficient, but you're still able to move the vehicle without it doing a lot of clunking and shifting and moving around like the CVTs. Now on these 21-inch alloy wheels, I am impressed on this super rough industrial road. Just very impressed how good the ride quality is. And not to mention, they look so good on this thing. But pretty quiet in here in the eco mode. It's just very relaxing. Of course, you have the massage seats, you have the heated cool functionality. But the acoustics in here are very good. I'm very impressed with how quiet it is in here overall. The only thing that's rattling is my little camera holder, just barely on the seat. Everything else is pretty quiet, so I'm pretty impressed by that. Just so refined. Again, very impressed with this. And with the massage seat, I almost want to take a nap. Now in terms of the visibility, love how the roof, or not the roof, but the hood still slopes down very nicely so I can see directly in front of me. Not a lot of intrusion in my sight there. And the windshield slanted, I can still see out pretty nicely. But I also don't feel like it's overwhelming either, if that makes sense. And then in the A-pillars, we do have the glass right there on either side. Just makes visibility a bit more easier on top of having the glass like it is. But I mean, it's something that I could get used to driving, especially for the fuel economy. They just did a great job with this. Going with a 2-liter turbo 4 as opposed to the V6 like pretty much every other manufacturer. You see that with the Chevy Traverses and Ford Escapes. Everybody's going to the smaller displacement engines and they're just throwing turbochargers on them. Now I'm gonna put it in a sport mode as we get on the interstate, and I will try out the paddle shifters. I'm not gonna thrash it, but I am gonna give it a little something. Here we go. So pretty surprised with how effortless that was getting back up to speed. That was very nice. Now I am curious how you get this cruise control on. Might be because I'm in sport mode. Let me take that off. Oh, I keep hitting the cancel button. Oh, okay, that's a button. So I didn't know this, but that's actually a button, and then that's a button. So to set the speed, I'm a doofus, but to set the speed, you have to hit the buttons themselves on this thing. So again, once you get used to this, it makes a lot of sense, but just me hopping behind the wheel, that was a little embarrassing, but I'll be all right. Now I want to give one more thanks to John Roberts Nissan for allowing me to review this Murano today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find something closer to home, click on that second link down below. It takes a minute to fill out your information. I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on a new Murano or any new vehicle you might be interested in. But I mean, I really like this new Murano, really like it. Luxury's there. The Pro Pilot Assist has come a long way as opposed to how it was in my 2019 QX50. And you just feel like a king in here. And I feel like this might be something mostly for queens, but I only know what I know. My girlfriend loves these Muranos. Her mother has one. They all love Nissans, but they just did a great job redesigning this thing. Kind of, again, getting a lot of the looks from the Aria, a lot of the technology from the Aria, with its own little flair. But as I've been driving down the road, getting a lot of head turns because it does look like something that hasn't been on the road before. But it has the technology to match as well. And with the price, little under 53,000 sticker, I think it's worth the money personally. Now, of course, Nissan and Honda have been in merger talks, and we're not sure what's going to be the future of those companies, but I feel like that'll be a good fit for both of them if that goes through. Hopefully it does, because Nissan still has some life left in the company, I think, in terms of just the vehicles that it puts out, the technology that they have. And I think they still have a little left in the tank, even after all of the things people want to say about the CVT and how that kind of made Nissans not worthwhile. The Titan's still a solid truck. The Armada's still a solid SUV, especially with the redesign. Hope to review one of those in the next week or two. But new Rogue, new Kicks, they got a little fight left in them, and I hope that they're able to stay a company, whether they need to merge or not. But this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2025 Nissan Murano Platinum.